You are listening to Radio Brexit. Tonight's programme is called Thought for Food. In it, Mabel?
Well, you see, Bill, we're leaving the European onion, because there's no reason we can't grow our own onions. I mean, it's like the cod, they're British cod, and they speak English and everything, and we're selling them all to the European onion.
Good evening. So, Brexit is being sold to us as the will of the people via a referendum to leave the European Union. It's supposedly the largest democratic vote ever. So we get a lot of, we must respect the will of the people, deliver on our promise to respect the referendum result, which sounds sort of okay, but it's utter tripe. It's tosh and copper-plated nonsense and a pack of lies, because the Electoral Commission, which isn't a self-appointed body, it's an official body, has found that very large, significant breaches of rules and law were made during the referendum. We're talking about crime here. Commons Select Committee has found that information from Facebook was lifted, pinched, nicked, stolen, or improperly obtained, if you'd like to call it that, and used to micro-target undecided people. And those most likely to change their minds were those susceptible to racist-type immigration-related advertisements, or who thought that maybe 350 million quid a day would be given to the NHS, which at the time it seemed sort of credible if you didn't know the real figures, which I didn't at the time, although it sounded a bit sort of dubious. So the findings of the Electoral Commission are not allegations, they are law in that they have legal value, as most laws tend to do. And let's get just one thing straight: the law was broken by the Leave campaigns, maybe also to some extent or completely, it doesn't matter, by the Remain campaigns. So the referendum is in doubt. There was interference, there was unlawful or illegal acts. It can't be a true reflection of the will of the people. Pretend otherwise is just dishonourable, dishonest, and that's putting things very, very mildly. The referendum is invalidated really by these breaches of electoral law, and even if for some obscure reason the law doesn't apply or work in the case of the referendum, we all know that the thing was as bent as a 9-bob note. Now, we also have the UK courts, who have repeatedly stated that the referendum was not the decision, or rather that the referendum was irrelevant to the decision to leave. Now, you can check that out if you don't believe it. The courts have stated that the decision to leave was made either by the PM or by Parliament authorising the PM to trigger Article 50. Now, the European Union, when asked if the UK's constitutional requirements, that means our laws, have been respected, has said yes, they have, because of EU-Noir, whatever that act is called, that act of Parliament authorising the PM to notify. So, very clearly, the referendum was not the decision, and that both from a legal and a moral angle. Yet we are still being fed the referendum was the decision, the people have voted, and that is a bloody disgrace. It's insane, and it is wrong, and I'd just love to be proven wrong, but it's not going to happen. No, there's no point of beating about the bush. It's a con trick. It's a low-down, filthy, dirty dishonourable swizzle. It's an absolute con. It's one of the biggest robberies of all time. Well, it's all very well sounding off. We can all do that. So what can be done, or what needs to be done? And I think that the very first step is to obtain a statement or a judgment from a UK court or judge that, given that the referendum has been lawfully found to have been the subject of law and rule breaking, the result cannot possibly be considered to be 100% reliable. And with that, you go to Parliament. How you go to Parliament, I don't know. But you'd ask the politicians, given this judgment that the referendum was not 100% reliable and therefore is not a true reflection of the will of the people, or may possibly not be, are you still happy with that you-know-why, or whatever it's called, act? That might change things a bit.